Assalamu alaikum everybody. I am Shahid Khokar and this is lecture 16 regarding the subject of operations and supply chain management. As you know, this lecture belongs to the second chapter of the textbook of operations management which we are following, and in this lecture we will see what is the process strategy and analysis. So let's start the lecture formally. This chapter actually talk about the processes within the organization, and we have already studied about the processes in chapter 1. Once we have tried to analyze the organization from the perspective of the process view, और जैसे कि हम लोग ऑलरेडी जानते हैं कि कोई भी काम जिसमें हम लोग इनपुट को कन्वर्ट करते हैं आउटपुट में, और उस इनपुट को आउटपुट में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए जो भी एक्टिविटीज़ रिक्वायर्ड होती हैं हम लोग उसको जो है प्रोसेस का नाम देते हैं. Here he is talking about what is the process strategy and how it is related with the operations management. Process strategy is actually derived from the operation strategy. We have seen in the previous lectures that operation strategy is dependent on the strategy of the company which they are adopting. So after developing the operation strategy, a company will develop the process strategy. And what is process strategy? Let's consult the book, and there is a written definition as you can see in the slides. Process strategy, the pattern of decisions made in managing processes so that they will achieve their competitive priorities. तो इसको अगर हम लोग सिंपल वर्ड्स में एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश करें तो उसने बताया ये है कि प्रोसेसेस को मैनेज करते हुए हम जो ऑप्शंस चूज़ करते हैं इस तरह से कि हमारी कंपेटिटिव प्रायोरिटी जो है वो अचीव हो जाए, तो उस प्रोसेस को या उस कॉन्सेप्ट को हम लोग जो है प्रोसेस स्ट्रेटजी का नाम देते हैं. इन अनदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से कि प्रोसेसेस को मैनेज करते हुए हम लोग जो मुख्तलिफ डिसीजंस लेते हैं जिसका फाइनल ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है कि हमारी कंपेटिटिव प्रायोरिटीज़ जो है वो अचीव हो जाएं. As you know from the previous lectures that a company always try to achieve the competitive priorities, and because of these competitive priorities company try to achieve the competitive advantage. So here we will see how you can use the processes in order to achieve the competitive priority. Moving on, he is talking about different decisions which you can take while developing your process strategy. As you can see in the slide, he is talking about that before formulating the process design, an operation manager consider many things before designing a process, and the ultimate objective of this process strategy is that how you will design the effective process. As you can see in the slide, the last step, but before reaching to the last step you have to follow the certain things before making this last step. And what are those things which you have to follow? We can look into these one by one. First of all, he is talking about before designing a process strategy, you should see कि आपका जो process है उसका structure क्या होएगा. As you can see the top box of this slide, here he is talking about what is mean by the process structure. And process structure means कि आपका जो customer है उसका जो कांटेक्ट है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ, ठीक है, कस्टमर कांटेक्ट पोजीशन, और आप इस कस्टमर कांटेक्ट पोजीशन को जो है डिटरमिन करेंगे बोथ इन केस ऑफ इफ़ यू आर डीलिंग इन सर्विसेज एंड इफ़ यू आर डीलिंग इन द products or the manufacturing concern. So here you can see that before designing the effective process, you have to determine कि आपका जो कस्टमर कांटेक्ट है वो कम है या ज़्यादा है, या उसका क्या लेवल है कस्टमर कांटेक्ट का विद द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. Similarly, he is talking about another decision on the left box where he is talking about customer involvement. And customer involvement means कि कस्टमर की कितनी इनपुट इन्वॉल्व होएगी while producing the goods and services. In certain cases, customer is highly involved, and in certain cases, customer is very low involvement. So you have to determine, for example, if you go to the doctor and doctor try to make a diagnosis about your disease, obviously he has to ask many questions from you, and based on your answers he will prescribe you certain medicines. So in this doctor example, we can say there is a high involvement of the customer, and in certain cases this customer involvement could be very less. So that's, you are supposed to determine either you will have high involvement or either you will have low involvement, and based on that you will design a effective process. Moving on, he is talking about the resource flexibility. Like जो resources कंपनी के पास हैं, आया कि वो स्पेशलाइज्ड कस्टमर नीड्स को फुलफ़िल करने के लिए हैं या वो स्टैंडर्डाइज कस्टमर नीड्स को फुलफ़िल करने के लिए हैं. कुछ केसेस में कंपनीज़ के पास फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी होती है कि वो अपने रिसोर्सेज को चेंज कर सकते हैं या मैनिपुलेट कर सकते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू द कस्टमर रिक्वायरमेंट, और कुछ केसेस में वो नहीं कर सकते. इफ़ दे आर not changing the resources, then you can say they are actually dealing with the enlarged or the large number of the customers with the same pattern of the goods or the services. Then he is talking about the capital intensity, और capital intensity जो है actually ये determine क्या होती है how much automation you are using in the process. If you are using low automation, it means you are using more manual labor, and if you are using more manual labor, it means you are consuming less capital. Similarly, if you are having a high automation, it means you are using less manual labor, and if you are using less manual labor, then you are focusing on the high capital intensity. So he is talking about you are supposed to see in which kind of scenario you are working. Similarly, he is talking about by considering all these 4 decisions, you will also consider the layout of the process. Either it is having a more detailed layout or either it is having a block plan. So we can discuss about the layout in details in the coming lectures. So here he is talking about, based on these four decisions, what you will do, you will do a you will create a strategies, and these strategies could be of two kinds. First one is called the process re-engineering, and second one is called the process improvement. As you can see कि इनके नाम से जाहिर है कि process re-engineering means कि where you are changing the entire process altogether, whereas process improvement means you are making improvements but you are not making any change in the structure of the process. So he is talking about process strategy will be defined by considering these four parameters, and then they will see either you will focus on the process re-engineering or you will focus on the process improvement, and then you will formulate or you will design the effective process. So that's for the uh, elements or the steps which are involved in the process strategy. Moving on, he is talking about process structure in services. Like he wants to see that what kind of the process structure could be if you are talking about specifically in services, and he is talking about that you can observe dimensions of the customer contact in सर्विस प्रोसेस. इसका मतलब ये है कि जब सर्विसेज के अंदर एक कस्टमर आपको अप्रोच करता है, ठीक है, तो उसका जो कस्टमर कांटेक्ट है उसकी कौन कौन सी डायमेंशंस हो सकती हैं वाइल परफॉर्मिंग अ सर्विसेज, तो उसको उसने यहाँ पे जो है वो एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश की है. जो पहली डायमेंशन है, ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द physical presence. On the extreme left column, he is mentioning the 5 dimensions, and then based on these dimensions he will determine either a customer has a high contact or either a customer has a low contact. So you need to understand that if a customer has a high contact, so then the process would be different, and if a customer has a low contact, then your process would be different. So you have to determine that in your company or in your organization what kind of the contact a customer is having, and that contact is having on different 5 dimensions. First one, he is talking about the physical presence, and if he is saying if the customer is physically present, it means you are having a high contact, and in case of the low contact, obviously customer will not be physically present in the organization. He is contacting you through phone call or the email or any other medium, but the customer will not come to the organization or the sale point. The next thing he is talking about is what is processed. It means if a customer is having a high contact with the organization, in that scenario the process involvement involves the people, whereas if a customer is not physically present, in that case you are processing the information. So here he is talking about the third point, contact intensity. इट मीन्स के कॉन्टैक्ट जो है वो कितना फ्रीक्वेंट होता है विद ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इन केस ऑफ द हाई कॉन्टैक्ट, कस्टमर इज एक्टिव एंड विजिबल. In case of the low contact, if you are approaching the organization through phone call, obviously customer will be out of sight, he will not be physically present in the organization. Similarly, he is talking about the personal intention, that in case of the high contact, person will be requiring a customized attention, whereas in the low contact he will just focus on the standardized attention. Then he is talking about the method of delivery. In high contact, you are facing with the customer face to face, whereas in the low contact, you are dealing with the customer through regular mail, email, or the phone call. So these 5 dimensions actually determine that what kind of a structure of the process you will have, particularly in the services organization. Moving on, he is talking about He has explained in this slide, he is explaining certain concepts which are being used in the next slide. और next slide जो है actually it is about the metrics, and before understanding that metrics you are supposed to understand the terminologies which he is using over here. For example, he is talking about the customer contact, और उसको जो है उसने बताया है the extent to which the customer is present is actively involved and receive पर्सनल अटेंशन ड्यूरिंग द सर्विस प्रोसेस. इसको हम लोग जो है बेसिकली कस्टमर कॉन्टैक्ट बोलते हैं. कस्टमाइजेशन का मतलब ये है कि आप जो है बहुत ज़्यादा स्पेसिफिक सर्विसेज उसके लिए डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं या स्टैंडर्डाइज सर्विसेज उसके लिए उसको ऑफ़र कर रहे हैं. मोर ओवर ही इज़ टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्रोसेस डाइवर्जेंस. प्रोसेस डाइवर्जेंस का मतलब ये है कि जब आपको हर कस्टमर के लिए अपने प्रोसेस के अंदर कितनी चेंज लानी पड़ती है. अगर आप हर कस्टमर के लिए स्पेसिफिक प्रोसेसेस डिज़ाइन करते हैं तो देन यू विल से दे हैव द हाई डाइवर्जेंस, और इन अदर एक्सट्रीम केस यू आर जस्ट ऑफरिंग द लाइन प्रोसेसेस और ऑफरिंग द low divergent processes. Moreover, he is talking about how the work progress through the sequence of steps in a process. इसका मतलब ये है कि while performing the process जो movement of people है, movement of information है या movement of objects है, उसका flow जो है वो किस तरह का होएगा, वो linear होएगा या non linear होएगा. So these four terminologies आपको जो है clear होना ज़रूरी हैं before understanding the metrics which we will discuss in the next slide. Moving on to the next slide, actually he is talking about the customer contact metrics. और इस metrics के ज़रिए उसने बताने की ये कोशिश की है कि by using this metrics you will determine either you will engage with the customer in the front office or in the hybrid office or in the back office. If you see this matrix, so on the horizontal side he is talking about less customer contact and the customization. If you move from the left side to the right side, he is talking about that in the first scenario the customer contact और customer customization जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है, जबकि दूसरे सिनेरियो में वो उससे कम है और तीसरे सिनेरियो में वो बिल्कुल ही कम है. If you talk about the vertical side, here he is talking about कि जो process divergence है और जो flow है, line flow की बात कर रहे हैं, वो इस केस में जो है he is talking about कि flexible flows with the individualized process, यानी कि यहाँ पे जो divergence है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पे जो है divergence जो है वो कम है और यहाँ पे जो है वो उससे भी कम है. Divergence means कि जो existing processes हैं उससे आप कितना हट के कस्टमर की नीड को फुलफिल करने के लिए नया प्रोसेस जो है वो डिज़ाइन करते हैं. तो दैट्स ही इज़ टॉकिंग अबाउट कि ऑन द हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस यू हैव डेवलप्ड 3 सिचुएशंस and on the vertical axis you have also developed the 3 situations, and we have already explained what is mean by the customer contact and the customization, and we have already discussed what is mean by the process divergence and the line flow or the workflow. So he is talking about with the help of this matrix, if you are dealing with a highly interactive customer who need highly customized services, then your divergence will be flexible and your flexible flows with the individualized processes. So this portion of the matrix will correlate with this, and in that scenario you will develop a front offices. And an example of front offices could be if a customer is dealing with a doctor, and if a customer is dealing with a lawyer, or if a customer is dealing with the architect. So here in this scenario you have high interaction and you have flexible flows or individualized processes. Similarly, in the second scenario, here this situation corresponds to this, and in that case you will have the hybrid offices, and in the best example of the hybrid offices is the food court area in a university where certain students go for a customized products and the services, and certain students go for the standardized products and the services. And in a third scenario, where there is a low interaction with the customer and standardized services you are dealing, and in that the line flow would be linear and routine works performed the same with all customers. So the example of the back office could be the, if you are dealing with the insurance processing claims, so where customer is not physically present and you are just uh, dealing with the customers with the same policies which the company is having. So here we have used the customer contact metrics, and based on this customer contact metrics we can see that what kind of the office an organization will have. That's all for this lecture. Maybe we will discuss the rest of the chapter in the coming lectures. Thank you so very much. See you on the next time.